Hello and welcome to Imatra in Finland for the world's strongest man under 105 kilograms. Well, we've got 12 guys turning up here today, all competing, all have won national championships, and of course in Finland they've brought along an extra 2 Finns as well. So there are 3 Finns here. Suomi on the chest, and if you're not au fait with Finn, then that's exactly what that means. Well, this was a very highly charged competition. Some of the best guys in the world, guys who can compete with the world's best at their body weight. I'm not kidding you. These, in fact, you might recognize some of this kit from the Super Series events and some of the other strongman events that have gone on in Finland. But these guys, 105 kilos and under, that's 16 stone or thereabouts, just over. Or if you're talking in pounds, less than 225 pounds. Amazing stuff. So fit as well as strong. And the first event is the truck pull. And at the end of these 8 events, we will crown the new world's strongest man under 105 kilos. Lars Erik Nielsen for Norway. Now there's 12 guys, I'll spin through them quickly. We have Billy Vessels from America, the oldest man in the competition. Wayne Armberg from Canada. Stefan Vierman of Austria. Daniel Wiklund of Sweden. Maris Rosentals of Latvia. René Treig of Germany. Darren Sadler, the British champion. Jani Hirtikainen of Finland. Aki Katajamäki also of Finland. I'll probably say that a few different times this program. Jyrki Rantanen, the 3rd Finn, then Danny Andersson, the Swede, and Erik Nielsen. Now we're looking at Nielsen right now. And I wonder whether he'll follow in the footsteps of Sven Karlsson. Zambia 2001, Sven won the world's strongest man. And this guy would love to match that kind of feat. But you can see there, it didn't look a particularly hard pull. Once the truck got moving, it just came at you. He wasn't fighting that at all. And that's what you get when you're putting in such perfect conditions as a flat concrete floor. Makes it a lot harder when you're at some kind of track where the ground undulates, dips up and down. Of course, it's almost impossible on grass. It really does make it hard. Next out then, Sergei Knyashok of the Ukraine. And if he comes from the Ukraine, he must be good. Vasyl Vereshchuk, the world's strongest man of 2004 in the Bahamas. And he's been doing a little bit of training with Vasyl. And, of course, Alina, who's one of the coaches of the federation and the brains behind IFSA over in Ukraine. Very, very scientific in their training, these Ukrainians. They don't mess around at all, leave nothing to chance. So expect something impressive from Sergei Knyashuk. Certainly pulling for all his worth. Well, Nielsen's time was 28:56, and the time for Sergei Knyashuk, 28:75. That looked like the back of Heini Koivuniemi, Finland's strongest woman, but I couldn't quite see. Here we have Jyrki Rantanen, the first of the Finns. Now you can hear the crowd really loving this, and these guys, let's face it, have had their hands on this kit, so no doubt the Finns will have the home advantage. There's the great man himself, Jani Virtanen, shouting on. Good to see him, world's strongest man of 2000, and that was down in South Africa, and the Finns have such a proud tradition. Rantanen's time then, 26.12.
What do you think? Was your first performance good?
I think it was quite good, not perfect.
Well, Juha-Pekka Aitala doing some interviewing there. You might recognize him from the Super Series last year. He was one of the Finns competing. Very, very strong Finn himself. Doing a bit of television work, so welcome to the club, Juha. Look forward to hearing some more interviews. And following Jyrki Rantanen is Danny Andersson of Sweden. Now, talking of giant boots to fill, imagine having to fill Magnus Samuelsson's shoes. Well, you can see there, this is definitely a very light pull. I think possibly a little too light. These guys are under 105 kilos, but they're certainly very strong.
Hello, Danny. Do you think that your performance was good or not?
I lost the rope. It's not too good.
Yeah, I noticed you lost the rope, but how much do you think that you would have got better time by managing the rope all the time?
Maybe a second or two.
Yeah, it looked pretty good, and you are leading by over a second now. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, Danny Anderson took that event, that 25.6. Well, that's half a second faster than anyone else managed. Rantanen the best Finn, but look at that. Finns from second to fourth. Darren Sadler, the Brit, well, he's sitting in fifth, still in striking distance. 8 events, remember. I tell you what, this is one of the most beautiful towns, Imatra, on the 3rd largest lake in Finland, or in fact in all of Europe, and right on the Russian-Finland border. Fabulous place for visitors to go. Talking of famous strongmen, there's big Tommy Lotta. Good to see Tommy helping out in the log lift. All of the guys from the open class. There's Dr. Doug Edmonds, the head referee for today. All the same faces that you will see at a lot of the other strongman competitions. So Maris Rosenthal versus Willy Wessels. Now this is not about time. This is just about the weight, and 120 kilos on the bar. Should be fairly comfortable for both of these guys. For Wessels, not a problem. For Rosenthal's, also an easy lift. Now Willy Wessels, the American there, the man with the shaved head, he's battled cancer and won that battle. So really kind of like Lance Armstrong, a true battler. Now Germany in a battle of the log lift, Weiermann against Trager, the Austrian. Both guys trying to get up that 120 kilo. Well, I don't know if he's going to get given that. I think maybe the Austrian is going to be the only man who doesn't do it. And that'll be very disappointing for him. So Nielsen against Koniuszuk. Norway on the left, Ukraine on the right. Now, these guys aren't quite as bulging with muscles as we're used to in strongman. But look at the explosive power. And still way above body weight. Well, is that a good lift? Couldn't quite see Nielsen getting given the lift or not there. No, he doesn't. No, Nielsen is not given that lift at all. And out now then with Arnberg versus the Brit Sadler. They're getting a great shot of him there. Look at the power. Now I watched Darren in Northern Ireland winning the Britain's strongest man under 105 kilos, and to be honest, to be fair, he absolutely dominated the show there. The only man to press out all of the logs. But the problem, as we watched Katajamäki competing against Hartikainen, is that Darren, here's the bad news, has damaged the cartilage in one of his ribs. So he's really battling through pain. 2 good lifts then for both of those boys from Finland, and it brings out a Swedish versus Finnish battle in Anderson versus Rantanen. Anderson in the near shot of the camera. Rantanen further away. Now Anderson leading the competition at the moment after the truck pull. Look how easy it was for the Swede. Definitely shorter in stature and very powerful in the shoulders. And the crowd enjoying this as the weight goes up. 130 kilos on the bar. 7.5 kilos short of that big 300-pound mark. And that's really when you're getting into big stuff. Rosenthal's versus Wessels. Well, Rosenthal's gets the green light. Wessels also, so good news for him. Hartikainen versus Sadler, no problem for Sadler. Look at the speed at which Sadler attacks that. I hope that back's not hurting him. Now, Katajamäki versus Rantanen. Both at 130. Well, Rantanen goes clear, so does Katajamäki without a problem. I tell you what, Katajamäki looks unbelievably good at this. I have heard he is very, very strong. Rosenthal versus Wessels. The first 2 guys at 140 kilos. Wessels shaking there. Yes, he's going to do it. The American gets it. They give him the down signal. As for Rosenthal's, he's already had 1 effort to get it to his chest, surely out of puff. No, he's done it. Well, that was a real battle by the Latvian. I'm most impressed. Normally, the fatigue kicks in, but perhaps with the smaller men, they're that little bit fitter. Sadler against Sergei Konyashuk. Very quick again, Sadler. Look at the... Oh, we're getting a shot of Konyashuk there. Sadler really taking his time over the press, but gets it. So another two men go clear at 140, over 300 pounds, about 305 to be exact. Katajamäki versus Hurtikainen, the battle of the Finns. And it was Katajamäki who looked so impressive. Look at that once again, incredibly fast. And Hurtikainen, well, he looks just about on the limit of his pressing power. Anderson versus Rantanen. The final two at 140. Danny Anderson, not a problem. No, it's not going to be out of luck for Rantanen. So the first Finn to fall, and the weight goes up by 5 kilos. Vessels versus Rosenthal. Now, Vessels really struggled last time, the American. And Rosenthal's, well, let's face it, made it look even harder at 140. And I think both of these guys are going to go out here. Look at that, Rosenthal's. Does he get the signal? Yes, he does. Most impressive from the Latvian. He really deserved that. Much like his compatriot Ravensburg Manis, the great man who has the world record at 190 kilos. Jani Hurtikainen on the right versus Katajamäki on the left. And look at that from Katajamäki. Well, at 145 kilos, I certainly wouldn't bet against him. I think he's a man who's got a lot more in him. Here we have Anderson versus Katajamäki at 150. Katajamäki snapping it up. That's brilliant stuff from Katajamäki. Anderson failing and failing again. You can see just running out of puff, as they say. No, it's not going to happen for Anderson. Real disappointment. Well, here we have it, 160 kilos. Darren Sadler versus Katajamäki, the two big men left in the competition. Sadler and Katajamäki have gone clear at 150, I must add that. So here we go, this for the record, and a 105 kilo world-class record as well. This is unbelievable. This is what the guys at 150, 160 kilos are doing. Oh, Sadler looks like he's hurt himself, but Katajamäki in front of the home crowd. That is fabulous stuff from the Finn. You can take nothing away from that performance.
Well done, Aki. You did it. You won the event. Do you think you could have done the Finnish record of 165?
Yeah, I think it would be possible, but it's not necessary anymore. Have to keep my power next event.
Yeah, you have won this event, and you took the maximum points out of this.
Well, Danny Anderson didn't do too badly either. He did 145 kilos, enough to keep him within half a point of Katajamäki, who's our new leader in the competition. Then Finland loving this, half a point in the lead. Join us for more action after the break. Hello and welcome back to Imatra in Finland. And we're going on with the under 105 kilogram class, world's strongest man. So this is the real deal. And the German against the Canadian, Traga versus Arnberg. And look at the way the Canadian's running off for this farmer's walk. 40 meters, 120 kilos in each hand. So 240 kilos in total. You can see him struggling there. This is a real tough battle. Hands absolutely burning. But for Arnberg, he finishes it. Traga, the German, you can see here just battling away. Grip absolutely gone. And that's one of the problems with farmer's walk. Your forearms just pump up. There's nothing you can do about it.